If Mythbusters threw out all ethics or morals, what myths would they try to bust? Is speaking a language important for brain development and advancing growth? The answer is yes, because you have the case of Jeannie, a kid in a locked room severely isolated from external stimuli. She's still alive and watched from the medical community. Currently, the best example of delayed speech learning leads to delay in many aspects of a functioning adult. Feral child text Jeannie 20 born 201,957 20 is 20 her 20 inches 28 20 lock 20 room. I was watching a thing about the John Bennett Ramsey case the other day. One of the pieces of evidence was 2 red marks that were brought to 2 possibilities. Either train tracks, or a specific taser. The problem is, if it was the taser, wouldn't have the power to knock out a 6 years old, or would it cause her to scream her head off? The presenter made a comment about not being tested because of the clear ethical questions in testing the theory. I nominate this piece of science. I'd love to see no ethics Mythbusters. Can you regress a bird into a dinosaur? There's a guy who knows how to do it, but due to scientific ethics, he has to destroy the embryos. I'd like to let them grow up and see if they can breathe that way viably. Then you destroy the entire family. Because we don't need dinosaurs. It could be a week-long special. Cool face. If you take like 100 babies and you let them grow up together with enough food, water, resources but no language exposure, will they invent a new language to communicate with one another? And will it have grammar that has anything in common with existing languages? This is a test for universal grammar hypothesis. Raise a child from the moment of birth, alone, inside a room completely covered in computer screens. Robotic arms would cater to the child's needs. Then, a completely made-up reality, scientific laws, human relationships, and imaginary beings can be shown in interesting psychological tests conducted, a bit like Truman's Show. There were a lot. They specifically didn't bust dowsing for water or similar because they didn't want to bring somebody on the show just to humiliate them. Similarly for faith healers, acupuncture, homeopathic medicine and the like. They become serial killers to see if it's true most crimes go unsolved. Then fail just like Leopold and Loeb. If anyone could suck enough dick to get their stomach pumped because they swallowed too much cum. Growing up, I heard this rumor about Rod Stewart and Madonna. This might have been a fever dream, but I swear I remember something with Carrie and female orgasms. That episode could have gone far left without morals. Every variety of you can't get pregnant if. Egg, it's the first time. The girl is on top. If you eat thing. If you're in a hot tub. Etc. 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 Stand your ground versus Sunset Town, who will win? Not really a myth, so much as a method for provoking a gunfight in the South. The myth that children raised in isolation by mute carers would naturally speak either Hebrew or Greek as God's original tongue. Can you actually unleash a Kundarian demon by reading from the Cryptonomicon Ex Morris? And will it in fact swallow you soul? Can your face really get stuck like that? Jamie, hold up a bottle of superglue and some fish hooks, let's find out. Good myth is that the human head can still hear and see for a few minutes before lights out. After being decapitated. No ethics or morals? Hey Carrie, today we're testing the myth that you can't get pregnant if you do it in a hot tub. If feral children raised by animals can be reintegrated into human society and learned human traits, customs, language. First that comes to mind is the dog and microwave myth that they ultimately decided not to go through with. Do Trump supporters really have the smallest brains in history? We're going to dissect a few to find out. That when pumped full of adrenaline, a mother has the strength to lift a car to save her child's life. Same experiments, but instead of Buster the crash test dummy, Adam just does the tests himself. How many 5-year-olds could you kill with a bat before dying if they came at you in waves? Adam Savage answered this in it was something to do with credit cards. How many 5th graders would it take to take down a grown man in a fist fight? Trolley problem. Redo the Stanford prison experiment to see if they get the same results. Does the head actually stay alive for a few seconds after decapitation? Let's see if this chemical compound has an effect on the human fetus. Next on MB. Can a group of pigs eat a 230-pound man and leaves no trace? How strong a fart to blow a hole in jeans? Can it be done? Russian sleep experiment. Might be the last myth they attempt. They could do a series testing the truth of racial stereotypes. JFK assassination. Just all the conspiracies around the event. Refute the claim that toy oxygen-ion batteries last forever. Probably don't click this. Do women orgasm during rape? All morals? Probably something about near-death experiences. How long a human head remains conscious after decapitation. If getting high on bath salts makes people eat people.